Hello and welcome everyone again. It's been a week or two from I last done a video. Uh, I was asked to make a piece that somebody's dog had chewed up, and what it was a wee cocktail stick holder. It's just a wee box. You lift the lid and the cocktail sticks raise with it. So it's not an overly big project, but there's a brave bit of working out to do. You have to make the bottom box and then your lid. You have to make a bottom with a bit of cut out of it to hold the cocktail sticks, and then you need a center piece to attach to the lid, and you also need to stick it to the lid. So as when you lift it, I just bring you up to me because I'm talking to the screen. So the project is now a big one. So I've got this piece of spalted beech. I just lifted it off the shelf there, and it looks okay. And there's a wee bit of a crack in it in this end, so I maybe cut that off. I've got more than a need on it. I'll just bring the camera down the back down again. So this is 140 mils long, and it's almost 50 millimeters wide. So it's not completely round yet. There's a wee bit there, still needs done. So I'll take an arc wee cut off it. We'll see what that's like. That's a bit now to the round. Still a wee bit in that end. I think I'll let that go. I'm just going to put a tenon on this end so that I can put it in the chuck. Making sure I have a nice flat base for the chuck jaws to go up against. Okay, so we'll take that out and turn it around. I'm just going to turn this bit of waste wood away here. I think I will make it, just bear with me a wee second. I need to get my pencil. Right, so what's that? I reckon if I make it cocktail stick would be the right size plus a bit. So it's no more than 70 mil, I don't think. So we'll say 90. I'm going to cut it off there. Allow myself a wee bit of waste. We'll just part that off. If I can find the parting tool. So we'll just part that off, that bit. I'm going to leave myself a tenon on this end of it because I'm going to be cutting it off again, and that will do the lid. And that should be center doesn't look great, but we'll play on with it anyway. So the next thing, maybe I should go and get a stick. Yeah, that's plenty of room. We'll only leave a wee bit of room in the bottom for to take the bottom piece that holds all the cocktail sticks in. If you can imagine that wee piece of plastic, like so, in the inside of that, and a centerpiece to hold it up. When you lift the lid, these raise up with it. So this is what I want to have in the inside. So I'm going to allow a wee bit of room, say there. And what's that make that? I'm going to allow a wee bit more. Allow 15 mil. Now this is only for the inside measurement, and then you've got the stick will sit down in this wee thing. So if I cut the lid somewhere there, so we need to drill a hole in this. So we'll get our Jacob's chuck and a Forstner bit. Let's see. Make it a wee bit. We'll make a 35 mil Forstner bit to cut that circle. I haven't made one of these for a long time. Right, okay. I'll turn the speed down a bit. And we want to drill, say, about half of that distance past that line. So we want to bring it to there. Okay. Always hold on to your chuck when you're drawing it in case it gets caught up, because if it pulls it out of the quill and the tailstock, it'll do a wee somersault and maybe hit you up the face. Right, so that's about 62 mil there. So bring that down to there. I still have a quarter of an inch to go, so I need to extend this out a wee bit to get that extra length. That should give me, oh wow, that gives me about 70 mil of reach. So we'll just go back in again. That's the bottom. That's where I want it. We'll just get our stick, making sure that's onto that. So that's okay. So now we have our hole. We want to work on our shape. We're going to go from this width down to half of this diameter here. So we'll get a spindle gauge Just stopping shy of the chuck jaws. I don't want to hit them. Trying to get a nice clean cut. Let's see what that's like. Alright, that's nice. I like that. So we have our better cut off for the lid. So that match up there. So you can either have the lid fitting to the bottom part or the bottom part fitting into this. I'm going to go with the bottom having a recess to fit into the lid. Let's see. It's all to do with the height of the cocktail stick. Remember, you have a piece to go inside that, like so, like that wee plastic. Let's see if I can change that over and have the face and tail stick over here. Try that. No, that's not the right one, Paul. Right, you can see that. There's the wee plastic piece. Now, this is not the piece I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to turn a wee bit, about the half the diameter of that to fit in the bottom, and then we'll stick a piece to the center so that it's like so, and then we'll stick the other end to the lid of the piece, and then when you lift the lid, the cocktail sticks will slide up. Well, that's the plan. So we'll get rid of this. And again, it doesn't have to be a big tannin to catch the top. If you take too much off it, you're separating this gap, which makes the two pieces further and further apart. So you want to try and keep it the match with the grain of the wood, and that lines up quite nicely there, and it lines up quite nicely with that line going up. So, not to turn it too thin, I think we could turn a wee bit more off that, just to give us a wee bit of depth on it. Just want to round the end over on the inside of that, so it doesn't catch anything, and just give that a wee flatten with a sandpaper. To take that out. Yeah, that's nice, and the corresponding match will be nice. Right, so we have our tannin on this. I probably could have made this a wee bit longer, but there was a bit of a shake running. You can see it right across this, and I have a funny idea that it's running right the whole length of that, so I wanted to make sure I cut it out. Now we want to get our size of this, so we'll use our calipers to just size this up. So I took an outside measurement and reduce it a wee bit. I like to fine tune it just with a tool as you come up to want a nice snuggish fit. Not tight, just like snuggish. So remember, only touch one end, and if your line's right, you'll match up here with your circle, and it does. So that's that done. So we want to get our parting tool. It's just a wee bit tight on it. And at this stage you could take too much off. Just that's the outside and lead too tight still. So just a piece of 80 grit here. Just run it around the inside of that. It's just a wee bit in it yet. Right, it's on. It's okay. Just need to tidy up the edge of this. I'm not taking center out of that. I'm leaving that. I need that depth of wood to carry the center pin. It holds the wee boxed thing for the cocktail sticks all together. Right, okay, so we want to put another hole in that to carry the wee peg for the middle. So forcing our bit again and using a quarter-inch Forstner. And that should be more than deep enough for that. We'll need that for the bottom piece when we make it. Right. Okay, that's that. So we can take that out. Now we have two parts, and you can see the grain matches up okay. If you don't take a lot out of that when you part it, you get the grain more or less to line up. Okay, so that lid fits on that. So we need a piece for the bottom, and I'm going to make it out of a bit of different wood. It's not square by any means, so we'll turn it till we get it around, and then we'll get a size. Just using the bowl guide here. Just stop at a lathe. I don't want to make it too small and give myself more work to do. So that's nowhere near it. So I'm going on. So we need a calipers. We'll just take the measurement of this. This is actually what we're going to make. Make a wee thing like that. Transfer that over to this. I think somewhere there. A wee bit out, so come back. So I'm going to use a skew just to do this. You want to have it deep enough so that the sticks themselves stay in it. So I have, let's see what size that is. So I could bring that down right there to 20 mil. It's about 16 mil at the minute. And I'm only in about 6 mil. So want to take it down a wee bit more in the inside. Remember, we'll need to leave a bit of timber to drill the hole in to take the center piece. So okay, so we have our Forstner bit. Just deep enough so that you can glue it in and it's not going to fall out. Right, that's that. We're finished with that. So that's all we're going to do with that for now. I'll take that out of the chuck. You see, we'll still have all that timber on that, so That will go down in there. Well, it won't at the minute, but it will. So we'll want to turn our centerpiece. We'll just stick it in the chuck jaws and bring the tailstock up to center that. And we'll turn that around. I'll just hold that there while we round this up. That's somewhere there. We got our parting tool. Work out. That'll fit in that. Right. I'm gonna pull that out a wee bit more and cut it off. And I'll glue it into the center of that and then put it back in the chuck, and then I can mount and work on it, the top bit, to get the right length. So we'll draw that back a wee bit, and just hope there's another wee bit of timber on that so we can pull it out. I part that off, and there he is. So always allow a bit more timber that you need, and then you're able to do that. So it's still centered, and I'm just going to finish bringing that down, and then we'll sand it. I'm not worried about it too much, just so we can still work on it past the bottom part. So if you're happy enough with the bottom part, okay, I'll just straighten that up. That's the bit that's going in the hole, and that's where it's being cut. So we'll put a wee taste of sand sealer on the bottom of that before we cut it off. Just making a wee relief cut here, just give me a bit of room. Taking the corner off that so it goes into the hole. I'm just going to stop there, and we'll cut that off the rest of the way with my trusty hacksaw blade. I must fix this handle on this. It's just a blade with a bit of wood stuck to the end of it as a handle. Right, that's a cut. Okay, so we now can work on the top part of this. Now this will be a wee bit off because it's a wee bit it's not too bad. And that's lovely. So I'll just stop it and try the lid on that and see where it comes to. So that's the lid in our piece. Just bring the camera up so you can see. So what's the depth between all that? I reckon it's 80 mil tight to the top of that. That's including the lid. It's going to be very close to it. What I can do, I can always take a wee bit off this if I need to. So what I'll do is I finish sanding this wee bit here. I'm just going to leave that tapering up to the top of that. So I am. We'll just sand that. That should do it. Right. So we just want to nip that off, and then we'll sand the bottom of it to clean it up. Just nice and gentle, because that's spring loaded, so we'll release the pressure off it a wee bit. And that's it. And we didn't come through the bottom. See that? Oh! So these are handy wee item here, if you can find one. I came across that a long time ago, and I just thought it'll come in handy for something. And that's all that needed. You know, these simple wee things make your life a lot easier. So we'll bring our piece over and we'll drop it down, and it goes right to the bottom. Look at that. Yo! And it's not tight, and it's a bit dusty in there. We'll put our cocktail stick in. And you want the cocktail stick to be below your top. Okay? So when you go to put the lid on, I can tell that's too big. So we'll have to reduce that by that much. We'll put that back in there. And it only needs a wee smidgen. We'll try that. Oh, just no more. I think I'm going to go through the top. I'll just check it and see. Where's the depth at? I have a bit of room yet. I'm getting about the tenons on it. I'm only looking at this piece. I still have the tenon depth, so I could afford to go a wee bit more. Over like a dome. Just wind that in. Spindle gauge. Because it still could go through the top of it here. Alright. Well, it's still wood there, so just bring it out a wee bit further. So we're going to finish it. That's not bad. Just lightly tighten that, just to let me round this over. Right, let's see. I'm going to take a center down this here bit and change the back of camera. Just taking this down now. Don't need that depth because it's going right into the full width of the lid. So we'll just sand that. In it. This might be enough. I didn't leave enough. Oh, that's not even straight. Oh, so if I straighten that. You know something? I would go with that. Well, okay guys, we're back. Do a wee bit of sand into this and then we'll get some finish on it. Hey! That's not a bad fit. Fits alright. Just a wee bit more sand into the top of this. And we need to turn this around and get some way of holding it. So I might make a jam chuck for it, or unless I can get it here. Oh, not too tight now, just enough. So I can turn that away, clean that up, get rid of the sand and stuff, and we'll get the small spindle gouge, and we'll I'm just going to bring the tailstock up, just to give me that wee bit of support while I take this away. Just more or less to hold it there a wee bit. I'm not engaging the whole thing right in. I'm just using the point, and with it being on this spring, it gives it a wee bit of pressure on the face of it, so that should more and hold it for what I want to do. So right, and I can take that away now, and we'll just undercut the bottom on that so it sits flat on the surface. And gentle cuts. Just stop and have a wee look, see if it's all closed up, and it is. I was just worried about it because that wee bit of spalted beech is a wee bit pulky on it, and I was wondering if it would be alright to turn, but it seems to be alright. So we'll get a final coat of sanding sealer on, and then we'll put a wee taste of Yorkshire grit on it, and then a taste of wax. That'll be the bottom part. Oh dear. I'll drill the hole in it first. So we'll put this in. I'll wrap a wee bit of tape around this. I don't want to mark it in. So we'll take that away and put our Jacob's chuck back in. I need to change that Forstner bit to a smaller one. I think I have a smaller one. Yeah. This will do the job. And this will probably go right through, but with our hole being on the other side, so I'm not really worried about it. I didn't go through. Huh? Right. A nice bit of mahogany here I'll use. I was going to use that wee bit of other stuff, but it wasn't. This didn't look right. Just sizing this up for. Let's see if it fits. Oh, it's fair near. Get there. Skew chisel and just take a wee bit off. And that fits on lovely. Right, that's dead on, and that's the right size. Or depth. So we just need to make that a wee bit smaller, the top of this. Just give myself a wee bit of room here. Just give that a wee bit of sand sealer. We'll just cut that off now. So all I'm doing is putting a wee taste of glue in this. It's probably more than enough. Put a wee taste right on the side. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I fell into the sawdust. Now it's all covered in sawdust with a glue on it. Right. Just hit that with a wee taste of accelerator. That should be all hunky dory. Clean that up. That should be firm enough. We'll soon know. I think that'll be alright. Right, I'll take the tape off it. We'll just rub around the edge of that. Oh, the glue came through the other side. Right, we'll stick the lid now in to the wee bottom bit. I'm just going to put this on with it, and then. So there you are, guys. We cocktail holder, stick holder. I'll put a few more sticks in it, and then come on, get in. So when you lift that up, the sticks come up. Get a few more on it. It's a bit fiddly to get them in. It probably could have made the stem a bit longer, you know. So, and then they go back down again. So it works. Just want to see how many you can get in it. You need to make sure they're in the wee holder on the inside, or it won't go down. So that's it. Nice wee project. As I said before, I was asked to make this after the dog ate the previous one that the girl's mother-in-law had. So yeah, I think the next time I'll make the stem and the inside a wee bit bigger, but it works, you know. So there you are, guys. I as always, thank you very much for coming over and taking the time to watch. I like to do a variety of things, and I know there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's mainly a lot of bowls, but you can only turn so many bowls, and then you get fed up with it, you know. So I like to keep a variety of things. There's nothing wrong with bowls, you know. You can do a lot with them, and texture and color, all sorts of stuff. But if you're doing them all the time. It's no different to the first one you done, you know. So thanks very much for coming over, guys, and watching this wee video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and it'll make me get my numbers up a wee bit, and it'll also notify you when I'm next have a video. So I have this one and I have another one sitting ready to go. So if you're seeing this, you've probably seen both of them. So thanks very much, and we'll say bye for now. Okay, bye.